We are back at it again. What is up, family? I hope all is well. Today, we're going to talk about some powerful mindset shifts that we can use to start attracting more ideal relationships into our life. How can you and I use our minds to attract ideal relationships, whether that's a lover, a business partnership, mentorship, or just someone on our journey that's going to help uplift us? How can we start to attract those ideal relationships by using our mind and switching to these different mindsets over time? I'm excited about this. If you're new to this channel, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button and hit the bell to be notified once I post a new video every single week. We're going to dive right into this because it's got some pretty heavy concepts in it. The first to understand is I don't attract what I want. I attract what I am being. Another way of talking about the law of attraction versus the law of resonance. You know, if you've heard about the law of attraction, you talk about, what it is that you want to put out there that you want, you write it down. It's not necessarily that we attract what we want, but really what we resonate with, like what we're giving off, who we are, who we're being, the energy that we're vibing on. Just look around you and kind of notice who the people are around you. Notice the relationships that you found yourself in. Think about the recent entries into your life and just start to gather, okay, what kind of people are around me? What are they attracting into their life? And you can use that information and start to understand a bit more of what it is that you may be exuding out there. So for example, if you are someone who tends to be in a worrisome state, a worrisome, stressful state, there's a certain frequency, a certain energy that you're going to spend the most of your time in. That is who you're going to attract. No matter if you want to be in a peaceful life, if you don't have a peaceful spirit about you, then you're probably not going to attract a lot of people in your life that has that peaceful spirit. You sort of attract who you are, who you're being. And so you can use that mindset. So to train yourself to understand that mindset by maybe writing it down and speaking it out loud to start to incorporate that more so into your life. And what can be tough about this process is a lot of times we don't really know at the deepest core of ourselves who we are being. If you haven't really given yourself a self-reflecting moment, you may not really see, what it is that you're putting out there. But, if you give yourself time to reflect, maybe meditate on it for a little bit, you'll start to see, okay, there's maybe some deeper core issues, worries, stresses that maybe I've been hiding by watching a bunch of TV. Maybe I've been avoiding these feelings and these emotions by, drinking too much, drinking a whole lot of wine. How am I coping with these feelings? So you may feel like, okay, I'm pretty peaceful, so it doesn't make sense that, I'm attracting, this relationship, this boyfriend or girlfriend who is not peaceful and chaotic. I'm peaceful without them, so why am I attracting them? Well, you may want to do a little bit more soul searching to see what area of your life that may not be coming up for you because you don't spend time there, or you spend time avoiding it in some other way via social media or just being somewhere else. So there could be like deep core blockages within us that can protrude a certain energy, a certain frequency out, and we don't even recognize that is what we're bringing into our life. So just understand that and take ownership of what it is that you're putting out there and who you are being. And those will be the sort of people that you attract into your life, whether it be business relationships, love, interests, anything, any type of relationship. So that's the first one I want you to understand. The second one to understand is if I am on my ideal path towards my ideal purpose, then I will attract my ideal relationships. When you know where you're going and you start to move towards that vision, you move towards that purpose, you will start to attract the universal supply. The relationships that are ideal for that path will start to come into your life in a real way. So the way to get the ideal relationship, one that's truest to your core is to actually, one, find a goal, a vision that is truest to your purpose and truest to your goal. And that can be difficult, you know? It truly takes real deep reflection because, for example, if your purpose is to be a singer and you're not really living up to that purpose, instead you're living up to your parents' purpose and you're going down the route of a lawyer and you're wondering why you're not too happy and you're attracting, you know, maybe some phony people or maybe some argumentative people because you're in the lawyer world. And you're wondering why you're attracting these people that aren't really ideal to your core and you're not really feeling them. Well, it may be a case where the vision and the purpose and the direction you're going isn't ideal to your spirit. So you're attracting people that's ideal to someone else's purpose, meaning your parents' purpose, but you're not attracting people that's ideal to you and your core and your center. So it takes having that bit of courage to go within and follow the path that is truest to you, no matter how it may make people feel around you, if that's who you indeed want to attract into your life. And so we'll be given the tools to execute whatever it is that we put out there. Whatever goal we put out there, we will be given the tools to execute. We will be given the resources, the relationships to make that vision a reality. So when we dream big and we take on major goals, we start to, you know, attract everything that we need in order to make that goal happen. And that could be a lover. That could be somebody who you wake up next to every single day who pushes you to get to that point. It can be, like I said, a random mentor that pops up. It can be any type of relationship that may come into your life, but it's super, super fulfilling when you're on the right path and you're not on somebody else's path. And so finally, the third mindset that you can use to start to attract more ideal relationships, I get what I give. And it's very, very difficult to give what you don't have. And so if you are somebody who gives a lot of yourself and you're in a relationship and you are constantly giving of yourself and you're not necessarily getting back from others, so you find yourself depleted and depleted and you find yourself just low on energy, that could be a difficult circumstance. And if you're in a relationship like that, it may be a good idea to, you know, just figure out what's best for you. You know, it could be staying with that person and speaking with them, or it can be, you know, leaving and going to something that's more fulfilling. But ultimately, if you're not able to give of yourself and you're holding your light back for fear of somebody hurting you, for fear of it not being conditional, if you're giving of yourself but it's only conditional and so you hold it back, then you're not necessarily going to receive in the same way, or you're going to get the same kind of quality that you're giving out. So the best way to understand this is that when we are giving, in order to give fully, we have to continue to replenish ourselves and not necessarily rely on others to replenish that for us. And we do that through elevated emotions, but directed towards the self. So self-love, self-gratitude, these are powerful emotions that continues to fill us up, and we don't need someone else to give it to us. We can do it with our mind, through visualization, through simply consuming things that we're grateful for. And if you say you don't have anything to be grateful for, then you're just not looking for it, because there's gratitude in every moment. You just have to look for it. There's something to be grateful for in every single moment. And the more you practice looking for it and identifying with those things, the more you will feel gratitude and elevated emotions, the more you'll be replenished with love, with gratitude, with these higher states, the more you'll be able to give to others and not feel like you're giving all of yourself. And ultimately, the more you'll be able to receive. So how that works is you give unconditionally and you'll start to receive unconditionally. And you're able to give unconditionally when you know that it's replenished, when you're tapped into the infinite resource of the universe, the infinite resource that exists all around us. It's powerful. It's super powerful. Love, gratitude, it exists all around us and within us. We just have to learn how to tap into it. You know, a very powerful thing to do is have an emotional toolkit. You know, well, how can I make these emotions like love and gratitude something that I can tap into at will? By making a list of things that I love, people, places, things, in the past, present, and future. And all you have to do is just spend time reflecting on those things deeply to the point where you're able to really feel it in your body. You know, having a sort of self-love practice, whether that's taking a nice warm bath at night, you know, and directing intention towards your own healing, your own self. You're able to fill yourself up and you're able to give towards others without feeling depleted. And just like we talked about the law of resonance earlier, when you do that, that's what you'll start to receive in bulk. And it may not be from one person, it may be from multiple people. Ideally, right, it's from multiple people. And so these are just some different ways to think of things. And when you start to adopt these mindsets, you'll start to truly see your world shift in a better way. And you'll start to attract relationships that are ideal for you. So write these down, look at them often. And these techniques that I talked about require a certain level of inner awareness, and that is cultivated through meditation. And so I've added a free Finding Your Zen guide. It's a free meditation guide, a free PDF that you can download by clicking on the link in the description below. And when you download this link, you'll be taken through a process that'll truly help you cultivate that inner awareness so that you can start to develop the tools necessary to move forward in your life in a very impactful way. So you'll find that link below. Like I said, it's free. So go ahead and download it and let me know what you think. And with that being said, thank you all for watching. If this video resonated with you, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with somebody that you love who may need to hear it as well. These are some other videos you can check out if you need a bit more support to create the life of your dreams and discover your greatness. Love you all. I'll talk to y'all soon. Peace.